Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going over the patch notes for the brand new green Tristan. It is a new green Tristan. I read through his kit. We'll go through the update first. Of course got the brand new green Tristan. He's a debuff skill and attack skill, he's normal ultimate and standard passive, what is sort of what I expected he was going to be. The banner, we'll go over the banner in a second. They bring back that horrendous Knighthood boss that Canopus one on where they end up changing how Knighthood bosses work and they end up changing them again. They're bringing them back, hopefully they've changed how it works a little bit now, at least the point system. Bundles, more bundles, more bundles. Legendary difficulty here. You probably think, oh wow, what difficulty is it going to be? We've had 340k, we got 320, 300, 280, it's going to be 360, isn't it? Nope. Without a link, you somehow have to out CC a whopping 400,000. Yeah, 400,000. No one's going to be able to beat this. No one. You've made an impossible hero arena because instead of, they have the adjusted stats to match the CC, in Legend League, the defending team will use its actual CC and stats instead of the adjusted ones. Basically, it's not going to have the toned down stats that it normally has on a 340k, because that's easy enough as it is. It's stupid. I don't get it personally. I don't know why. And probably we're not going to be able to use links. In my opinion, if you're making it 400,000 CC, at least let me use links. Because if you can't use links against 400,000 CC, you're not going to win. Because they're going to have Red Tommy on Gelder, they're going to go Esteros, Red Esteros is going to go first. Unless they've got certain teams that won't one-turn you, because most teams will just one-turn you. Or you're going to be required to have Alpha just to beat a single tower, and then when that tower's done, boom, you can't use Alpha, and then that's it, boom, game over. Horrendously designed, and Mumble seems to be doing this a lot recently, just making horrendous, just general creative decisions. Once again, probably wasn't tested, probably will get adjusted, normal net mobile things. Oh wow, you can do load a team that you've previously loaded, that's kind of cool. Should have been in the game from the start. There's all the buffs, so Tristan, Emerson Shadow characters, they'll get the buffs, legend points. It's not even really worth it doing the highest difficulty you want. You don't even get that good of a reward. We get extra 2 LR coins per. It's not much. It's not really worth it, unless the chest gives you some ungodly reward, like insanely godly rewards, which they did say it was going to give you exclusive rewards, but what do they consider exclusive? Like 1 SA coin? It's pretty exclusive if you think about it. It takes a lot of extra Chaos Enduro runs to get that. This is the same, they've not changed this. The shop has not improved or gone worse, and that is it for the actual content of the update. They also changed it so now the special collab box doesn't say Tower of God anymore, it now says Emerson Shadow. And now we're going to have a look at Tristan's kit. So Tristan, as you can see, wow, who looks like this on the banner? Better characters than the Emerson Shadow collab, like 50 times better. I'm talking, this should have been the Emerson Shadow collab characters in the banner. It's stupid. It really is. So, once again, like I assumed, he's going to be Goddess race now. Pretty standard stuff. For each Goddess ally participating in battle, their base stats increase by 5%. When a Goddess ally uses a single target attack, their base stats are increased by 4% up to 5% after 5 times, so 20% basic stat boost. So if you're talking 4-man up, you're looking at about 40% basic stats, which is absurd. Actually, it's on par with Margaret, who you'll put the person you have to replace with. So you have to replace the character that has the cleanse, so you actually disable yourself, or you get infected, you now can't cleanse the infects. This man's meant to replace it. And let's not forget the fact that JP Anniversary is like 3 weeks away. At most, it is 3 weeks away. It's probably 3 weeks away. It is 3 weeks away. Let's just say it's 3 weeks away. It's not going to be Melilus, because we already had a Melilus for New Year. It won't be Mael, because we've already had a Mael who's a goddess. Who's it going to be? It's going to be another duo character. And I don't see any other duo character that's going to be a goddess. So, he's going to be wiped out meta in 3 weeks' time. Even if he does become meta, like, let's be real, you're gonna have to survive, like, suicide, Fraudulent teams with Hell, Merlin, Rimuru. If he has buffs, cool, they're just gonna get eaten anyway. Increase Goddess allies crit chance by 5% and crit damage by 10% for 2 turns at the start of the ally's turn, so he's always gonna have 2 stacks, so you're looking at another 10% crit chance, 20% crit damage boost. It's okay. It's pretty mediocre, I'm not gonna lie. If Goddess allies use single target skills 2 times during the ally's turn, the enemies hit are inflicted with Dark Glyph. I guess is that how you say it? For 2 turns, Dark Glyph is a 50% crit resistance lower and a max HP lower of 20%. Once again, if you're versing Hell and they've got Red Tommy or Merlin, it doesn't matter because the thing that normally keeps her alive is her damage cap, and Hell's got immortality anyway, and this team has no way to remove buffs, so good luck. Unless you're a Mega Whale, he seems pretty mediocre, I'm not going to lie. When dying, the hero applies Light Glyph on a Goddess allies for 2 turns. Light Glyph is a 30% defense related stat boost, inflicts damage equal to 200% of the hero's defense when using a skill. Really? Are they going to make a defense-based Goddess? I don't get it. I honestly just don't get it. Like, if it was like they do at least a minimum of like 200% their attack, that's fine, right? Because the attack even engaged, you're looking at like, let's say 20k, so it'll be doing like 40k minimum, which would be good to break shields for melee-lers, and that would actually make them decent. Of course, it is on all skills, so I do understand AoE skills at least going to be hitting for like decent damage, but it just seems a little bit mediocre, I'm not going to lie. Shadow Gleam damage equal to 450% of attack on one enemy. It's 2 times crit chance and 20% damage dealt for every debuff on the battlefield. Does that effect look familiar? You know, maybe from a certain character from the Eminence and Shadow collaboration? Maybe it's from Shadow himself. Shadow Ren damage. They've not even... What is this? You've copy and pasted it, increased the multiplier, and not given it a cap maker, so it's only for the magic control effect on Shadow. That's all you've done. That's all you've done. Apart from that, it's the same ability. It's the exact same ability. It just doesn't make sense. You can sort of see that not much love went into the Eminence and Shadow characters, just for them to release a character that not only has a much better banner, but has the same skill as the main character. You sort of see how much effort they really put into that really wanted collaboration now. It is kind of a joke, and the rerun is going to have to be very, very good with a lot of buffs and a lot of reworks to how the characters work to make the collaboration half decent. Which I do expect probably to see maybe start of next year, either this time next year or January next year. I do see this collaboration getting a rerun, only because it is a 3-man collab, and they did Overlord in 10 months. Why won't they do this collab in 10 months? Decrease defense related stats of one enemy by 40% for 3 turns. Once again, the multiplier is shocking, 300%. It's horrendous. You've got Secret Technique, which has the normal Secret Technique scaling. The banner itself, this is what I mean. This should have been the Mr. Shadow collab banner. Green Sigurd, Red Sariel, Red Esterosa, Green Chad King, Green Gotha. I know you've still got the crappy other Archangels on there, but I don't care. You've at least got half decent characters on it. The Eminence and Shadow banner, if you have a look at it, let's actually have a look. You can't compare them. There's more characters on the Eminence and Shadow collab banner, but the same rates. It just doesn't make sense. Once again, Tristan is a seasonal character, and he'll not be in future draws, or at least future standard draws. Which I don't know why they add this every time. You don't even update the standard draws anyway, so there's no point you even adding this to the game. You might as well just say, this is just a character. Every character. Well, do I think he's going to be better? If his CC is like 77k, then maybe. But once again, that's Margaret's CC. And bear in mind, the most broken, irritating team in the game has 2 LRs in it, being Merlin and Millum, who both have decent CC. If you're running Rimmed back, he's got okay CC for an LR. If you're running Hell, in which case she's decently whaled, you're looking at about 70,000 CC. Unless this Tristan is packing about 74k, 75k, I do not think this team is going to be that useful. Solely also because we've got JP Anniversary coming up, which, let's just say, realistically, it's probably going to have some form of fairy in it, whether that be Fairy Giant with King and Deanne, or Fairy Human with, once again, Elaine and Barn. You never know. They could go Unknown Human, go Merlin and Arthur, or they might go Merlin and Escanor, or whatever, but it probably will be a duo character, and, well, it can't be Tristan now, so, you know, it's not going to be a Goddess. So, if you are going to invest in this team, do bear in mind you are replacing Margaret. So, if your Margaret is very well built, and you know you probably only be able to grab one copy of Tristan, your Tristan hasn't got any outfits, I wouldn't I would not recommend summoning. The banner is really good, like don't get me wrong, but we've not been given a free multi, so it's not even worth trying to go for it. It's a 600 banner. We will get a 242 banner in about 2 weeks' time, I believe. 1 or 2 weeks' time. And yeah, that's it. Make sure you save. Do not summon on this banner. He looks okay. If you get him, let's say you do a 1 summon just for the sake of doing a 1 summon. Sometimes you think, screw, I'm going to do 1 more, why not? And you get him, cool, level him up. He might be half decent in Arena or future content sort of thing. But as it stands at the moment, I don't think he'll really pass the unknown test of can you survive a turn 1 Milim AoE, because not even the Shadow team can survive that. Anyway, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.